Leo Varadkar has to be the biggest gaslighter, political gaslighter that I've ever seen in my whole entire life. In Ireland, there's plenty of bigger ones in the United States of America. So apparently, that the the encampment in Mount Street, the slum that was created in Mount Street, wasn't cleaned up just for St. Patrick's Day. So we'll get straight into this here. I want you to hear this here, okay? This is what you call gaslighting people, right?
Well, the reason why they were moved was essentially that there wasn't any sanitary facilities. There were no showers, no toilets on Main Street, as I think people will know. So the alternative in Crooksing had that. So it was to move them really for health and safety reasons from a place where there was no facilities to somewhere where there is.
So that's what you call gaslighting. That's gaslighting 101, right? Making you think that you're going crazy. No, no, listen, see all the nationalists, see all these Irish people. You are wrong. I cleaned it up because it was unsanitary and these people were living in unclean conditions, like somewhere out of, India, where there's just slums everywhere, right? So what you're thinking is actually wrong, and yeah, you shouldn't think that, and you're actually going crazy. That's gaslighting. That's called political gaslighting, right? Now, this is where, by the way, I'm not bigging myself up, but this is where people like myself come in. I know I don't get the biggest views on YouTube. There's people out there that get way more views. I'm not here for the views. I'm here just to give my opinion, but I do feel it takes certain people like myself to come in here and say that and call this for what it is. He is the biggest gaslighter in Ireland right now. Nothing to see here, folks. What you're thinking is wrong. You're going crazy for thinking that that was cleaned up for St. Patrick's Day. Of course, it was cleaned up for St. Patrick's Day because of all the tourists that were coming in, and for all the people. He didn't want to be embarrassed, right? And what he's doing here is he's given a statement to further uh, put out his embarrassment, to further reduce his embarrassment, because people know, because it's going on all around the world. And he's told all his big buddies that no, this is just a temporary thing. That encampment, that slum that he created in inner city Dublin, that was very, very dangerous for people, because there was some very, very dangerous people in that slum, right? That were very, very volatile and hostile towards the general public. That that was growing over a year now, I believe. Could be wrong about the time frame, but I think it's been growing for a good while. Okay, and there's people out there like Peter Dooley, Dublin, who's been exposing this and the NGO work and basically the human shipping ring that the Varadkar regime has facilitated here and has created. As I said in other videos, there's people coming into this. 70% of the people who come into this country rip up their passport, and they're allowed to do that under the Varadkar regime, and it's promoted. And there's people that go into safe countries like the Netherlands, France, England, Scotland, Wales, that travel further afield to Ireland because the benefits for them are far greater, because they have Varadkar and his woke ideology and his far left regime has created this. It's like the streets are paved with gold for these people, but nothing for the Irish nationalists. It's like the Ukrainians in their cars. The Ukrainians don't have to pay. Don't quote me on it, but they have to pay very little for their cars. The people, Ukrainians driving in here in Range Rovers, they don't have to pay certain insurance. Have to, like, they go into a lower bracket of insurance. While there's people being stopped left, right, and centre and prosecuted for silly things, So this is what it is, and this is what you're doing, Leo. You're a gaslighter. You're a liar. You're trying to tell the public that they are crazy for thinking that that was cleaned up for St. Patrick's Day when it was cleaned up for St. Patrick's Day. Do you want proof of that? For anybody that doubts this, it was cleaned up the day before St. Patrick's Day. There's not much more proof I can give you. If that's not enough proof for you, then there's no hope for you. You're an idiot, and your opinion probably means for nothing anyway. I don't mean that in a bad way, but there is people that still doubt this. There is this serious issue in Ireland right now, folks. Serious issue. Um, on the higher scale of things, if you're looking into things like myself, I have to be very careful with my words. But the open door policies of Ireland have basically created a black market for human shipping coming straight from Africa, and it's also created a severe drug problem where drugs can be just brought in willy nilly. Fentanyl's hit the streets, and this is demonic. It's demonic. I don't care what you say. It's demonic. They're actively trying to, in my opinion, destroy the people of Ireland. And if you speak up about it, you're wrong, and they'll gaslight you and they'll call you all the names of the day and put you into the little boxes. As I say, I'm not against immigration or refugees, but I am for a vetting process where you're not getting into this country without identification, legitimate identification. I've debunked this whole thing to do with Helen McEntee. She done that little like 5 minutes. It was a five. It sounded like a parody, to be honest with you. A 5 minute skit on how people get in here, and she was like, "Oh well, they have to prove they come from a certain country, even if they don't have the right documentation. How can you prove you are that person without the right documentation? And even then, you're allowing people to come in with ripped up passports or not even any passports on them. So this is being facilitated, and if you're looking into countries like or sorry, not countries, companies like Tusla, where there's like that West African girl that was kidnapped minutes after being in Tusla's company, and you're saying to the public there's nothing to worry about here. Of course, there's things to worry about. Human shipping, 100% is going on in Ireland. Drug facilitation, Ireland's. I'm going to be honest with you, right? I'm gonna stand by my word here. I think Ireland is the hub for human shipping around the world. Think about it. It has access to Europe, it has access to South America. Everything that's bought in the black market in regards to humans is probably facilitated through Ireland, and that's only allowed through the open door policy that the Varadkar regime is allowing, and people like here up in the north, like Sinn Féin, and even the Unionist parties too. I don't care. I'm an Irish nationalist. I'm for a united Ireland, but this has got nothing to do with Catholic or Protestants. We're way by that now. Anybody that's still stuck in that mind frame, you're a part of the problem. You don't understand what's happening to your country. So yeah, he's a gaslighter. He's just gaslighted you on national TV, and the only reason that he does that is because he thinks he can get away with it. And he probably can get away with it. You have to hold these people accountable for their actions, and right now that was cleaned up because of St. Patrick's Day, nothing else. He didn't care about those people. These people are actually racist. You have to understand that. The far left that runs Ireland is actually racist because they don't care about those people. They don't care about them. They're bringing them in here. They're creating slums and they're creating black markets of human shipping and drugs and God knows what else. And they don't care about them sitting on the streets. I do. I don't want them sitting in the streets. I don't. Why are they here in the first place? Think about it. Logically speaking, why would these people be here in the first place? So they've went from a war-torn country sleeping on the ground to coming over here to sleeping in the ground, sleeping on the ground. It doesn't make sense. I'm just saying you've been made a mug out of here. All of you, every single one of you, me included. But that's the truth. That's what I believe to be the truth. And he's the worst Taoiseach, and it will only get more worse. You have to hold these people accountable at the end of the day. So yes, that's my 2 cents on it, guys. Smash the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Leave a comment and tell me what you think. Go follow me on the free speech platforms. Them links are found in the description. X and Rumble. If you want to buy me a coffee, the buy me a coffee links also in there too. This channel isn't monetized. So yeah, guys, crazy stuff, and share too, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Peace.